Good afternoon. You're in for a real treat. With the Greeks had a word for them. It's just a brand new restoration from the Library of Congress. And to introduce the film as the executive director of the Film Foundation, Margaret Bodde, who actually pointed it to my attention. Welcome, Margaret.
Hello again to some of you. You guys are in for a treat. I'm very excited to present this film. And I just want to start off with, just appreciating this room and talking about when Martin Scorsese's vision for the Film Foundation came together. It was not just to preserve and restore films, but it was to have these experiences, these communal experiences with films looking their best and being presented in context, the historical context that they come from. And so what everyone here has created with this theater and with this festival, we just are so appreciative to Julia, Genevieve, and everyone involved in this community. And we're really grateful to be here and presenting many of our restorations. I also, I did a talk earlier with Kevin Schaefer from Disney and a bunch of other preservationists. And I really, it's like you sometimes forget the obvious, but I also have to talk about TCM because TCM there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. You could watch TCM all day, every day, and it is like a film school. And so I just want to give a shout out to Scott McGee, who's here. So I'm really excited to present this pre-code comedy. We saw Footlight Parade yesterday, which was so fun. There's something really, really just fantastic about pre-code films. And this one features one of my favorite actresses of that era, Joan Blondell, along with Ina Claire and Madge Evans. And they all began their careers on the stage. And then they came to Hollywood with the advent of the talkies. And director Lowell Sherman, also, he does double duty. He stars in this film as well, and he's fantastic. The movie was a hit when it was released in 1932, and then 20 years later, it was made into another hit, directed by Jean Negulescu, How to Marry a Millionaire, starring Marilyn Monroe and Jane Russell. Oh, right. Pettigrew. Okay, come on up, Bruce. It's very daunting to have you in the audience. To be accurate. Thank you. Sorry about that. Truly, Bruce, that's amazing. No, it's okay. Have to be accurate. So the Greeks had a word for it is based on a 1930 Zoe Atkins play. The Greeks had a word for it. For the film, they changed it to them because the thought was that the title's innuendo was just a little too on the nose, a little too risque. So them was thought to be less provocative, but I don't really quite understand it. But in 1931, the producer Samuel Goldwyn paid Coco Chanel $1 million in 1931 to come to Hollywood and design costumes for his films. And the goal was to bring more women into the theaters because all the actresses would be so elegant and it would elevate the style and sensuality of the female leads. And in this film, the results are stunning and on tantalizing display in every frame. The original film elements for this film, like many films from this era and earlier, were destroyed, don't survive. This restoration was made from a 35 millimeter nitrate print of the reissue from the late 1930s that was retitled Three Broadway Girls, and that was used as the primary source for this restoration. The Library of Congress did the restoration, and they were a member archive of the Film Foundation since our inception, and we have supported many restoration projects at the Library of Congress, and they do incredible work. They have their own wet lab, and they just are incredibly dedicated. A bunch of people have talked about the library, and we work really closely with Heather Linville. People have mentioned George Williman and the entire team. They do such amazing work, and we really want to hope that they can get back to work soon. And I also want to thank George Lucas and Melody Hobson. The Hobson Lucas Family Foundation provides extraordinary support for the Film Foundation, and this restoration and so many others are really here because of their generosity and dedication. So thank you so much for being here. You're going to really love this film. Enjoy this gem from 1932, The Greeks Had a Word for Them.